Hey everybody, Paul Tiseo here from Theandric, and I wanted to take a moment to just recount some of the fun things that have been going on lately. Um, so last Friday we played a show. We had a great time. It was Monster Mash Jam, which took place at Rustic Cabins in Grosse Pointe Park. And first of all, I want to thank Tristan and Allie of Forge the Sun for putting the whole thing together. We had 6 or 7 great bands of all different genres. The sound was excellent thanks to Eric Choi, sound man and drummer extraordinaire of Lily Bones. And we raised, I think, $200 for the Detroit Dog Rescue. And we had a raffle, and I had a blast. And so I want you to check out the bands if you didn't make it. You got to check out Cypress, CICRUS_band. You'll find them on Facebook. Blood Rune Sigil, our dear friends, giving you that instrumental tool, progressive metal fix that you need. And especially if you feel like, you know what bands don't have these days? 2 drummers. So Blood Rune Sigil can get you that. We got to see the Doozers. That have a great pop punk sound. Just a fun, super energetic set. Cypress had a really cool retro blues sound. Plus, the keyboardist had like 4 different keyboards going, handling the bass and the keys at the same time. Wicked guitar stylings. So check out Cypress. Who else did we see? Mentioned Lily Bones. They've only played a few shows, but they're already super tight and have a really cool sound. There were chords in there that were really cool to my ear, like alternative rock, but with some progressive elements. And I don't want to do a disservice to their music because I don't have the best verbal descriptions, but great energy, powerful vocals, and Lily Bones. Got to check out Lily Bones. And of course, Forge the Sun is always just like a master class in rock and roll performance. Allie's powerful voice. And whether they're doing songs you're familiar with or original songs that you're still discovering, Forge the Sun is, forget about it. Definitely raising the bar. So we had a great time, and we've been playing some new songs, Archangel and Superior Spider. Which have been going over really well. So that's been great. We're working on some merchandise updates. We've got some artists. I'm working on some really cool designs, which we hope to reveal in the coming weeks. Right now, we've had a simple Theandric logo shirt that's been available, but we're excited. We're going to be sharing some designs that tie into some of the songs that we've been playing. And on the horizon next, the big thing is this Saturday at Sanctuary in Hamtramck, we are going to open for the new wave of British heavy metal legends, Raven. Now, if you don't know Raven, one fun fact is the very first national tour that Metallica went on when they were still starting was opening for Raven. And Raven are on their 40th anniversary tour, celebrating one of their classic records. Also, the band Riot Act, which features original members of Riot. And then our buddies Among These Ashes, who are a killer band. And, melodic, heavy, just the sweet spot between traditional and more of a refined, updated sound. They put out a record this summer, which is awesome. So you definitely want to catch them as well. But so we're going to be the openers for that show, and we've got a couple tickets left, which we'd like to sell to you. So they're $23 before Saturday. At the door, they'll be $25. But if you're open, we can cut you a deal for $20 even, and then and we can call it even. So please let me know if you're thinking, if you haven't solidified your plans for this Saturday yet. Now I'm telling you where you need to be. The Sanctuary in Hamtramck. And it's going to be a blast. So another thing. So apparently October 10th is World Mental Health Day. And I didn't realize this till it showed up on my news feed. But some of you may know, in my day job, I have where I employ my training as a psychologist and counselor. And so I currently work with youth in juvenile delinquency prevention. So often I'm sort of on the front lines with people that are navigating mental health crises and other types of stressors. So in terms of music and mental health, I think my experience the last couple of years has been that music is a very powerful antidote to some of the common mental health struggles that we encounter, particularly as Americans, I think. In that American culture, there are elements of it that aren't conducive to mental health. When you get caught up in a pursuit of consumerism, materialism, a need for constant attention, or, the way that social media works is creating a lot of probably static in your mind where you're comparing yourself to other people or scenarios that seem to be presented as perfect. But in real life is not perfect. We're all trying to navigate a number of difficult things, not only internally but also externally. Could be on the outside, loss of job or being underemployed, maybe physical health difficulties, medical difficulties. But internally, we're fighting a lot sometimes of feelings of depression, worthlessness, anxiety, and we're not meant to be suffering so much. Life is a gift that is to be enjoyed, and that together we can hold each other up, and whether it's in times of joy or sorrow. Speaking of joy, I've just had so much joy in creating original music with my friends in Theandric, and then getting to share that with other musicians and lovers of live music in the scene. And it's really cool because every gig feels like a family reunion of sorts. You see familiar faces, and I really enjoy shining a light on the other people that we've got to play with and introduce people to their music. So I'm not interested really in competition kind of spirit where people feel like, well, in order to get ahead, I gotta push people down. I'd rather see hey, let's all, celebrate what is unique and distinct about each of us and what we offer. In our music, there's no other Theandric. We're doing our songs and we're doing, but guarantee you gotta go check out these other bands that are doing amazing things. Like I said, Forge the Sun, Blood Rune Sigil, the Doozers, Lily Bones, and Ashes of War. We hope to catch sometime soon. We've played with a lot of other great other bands. And anyway, I'm starting to ramble. But what else? So if you want to check us out Saturday, that would be awesome. So hit me up for tickets. And just keep making your music. Keep creating. Remember, it's easier to create. I said that wrong. It's easier. It's easier to criticize than to create. Sometimes I feel it's easy to feel discouraged with in the music environment or industry or scene, whatever you want to call it. Like the other day, I got an email from Apple Music or whatever that said, or maybe it was Spotify. I don't know. Anyway, it was like, let's celebrate. We've now uploaded 100 million songs, And as an independent artist, I read that and I'm like, oh man, that's a crap load of songs. And I just feel like the weight of like, how does one stand out or get their music heard when it's such a vast, seemingly bottomless well of music. But then I thought to myself, you know what? Take the ocean, right? You might feel like that song that you wrote or recorded, put out there might feel like, oh, it's just a drop in the ocean. But first of all, the ocean is beautiful, right? And each drop makes up a part of that beauty. And the ocean would be drained and stagnant if your drop was not contributed. So that's my note of encouragement for the day. Like, your drop is important, and don't give up your place in that ocean, because you deserve it and you have something meaningful and powerful to share. Okay, that's enough from me. This is Paul from Theandric signing off. Thanks for listening if you got this far. And a last little plug for Sanctuary Show this Saturday. See ya. Stay well and stay metal. And scene.